You know, throughout history, we've heard about heaven and we've heard about hell from esoteric views and everything. We've heard about the seven heavens in the scriptures and a place where there's a paradise, rivers of milk and honey, a place where the master creator sits on his throne, and inhabitants of angels in all walks of life. But at the same time, we've also heard of hell growing up, a place of torment where people die over and over again. Even from the Quranic aspect, I've heard about sandals that boil the brain for the lowest depths of the hellfire. You know, the afflictions that you've done in life, repeating them all and over again, forever. Brand new bodies for both heaven and hell. And then, as I research and I understand a lot about metaphors and allegory, I get an understanding that nowhere on this planet you could think of the most evil things, and it has happened here on Earth, on this realm that we're in. You can't think of one evil that hasn't taken place. And I got to thinking about that. Are we the fallen? Were we the ones that came to the earth and caused mischief and spread nothing but destruction? Because there's evil everywhere, everything that you could possibly think of, every kind of evil that you could think of is taking place from all angles. And then I began to question, are we in hell? And I thought about this, and I thought like this for a very long time, that we were in hell. But then I got to thinking, once I got out of the life of crime or whatever things that I've done in the past, and I started doing righteous things, I started more understanding the concept of heaven, because I was no longer doing wrong. And then I figured out that it's possibly a state of mind, heaven and hell. When I look at someone addicted or, on drugs or suffering from different afflictions in their life, I do see hell. But then I can also remember times when I was in Cancun or St. Thomas or on the beach in the blue water, and it felt just like heaven. To relax, to not have to be slaving at work. There are people that live like that, and they're not the best people in the world, but they are experiencing heaven. So then that's when I started understanding it is possibly a state of mind. Because it's not necessarily the direction, and it's not necessarily the speed, but it's definitely how you're living in the now. Your placement, the way you think, the things that you watch, the way you live, the way you eat. And then I knew that I could be in control of my heaven or hell, because I sit in silence and I observe my thoughts instead of letting my thoughts control me. And once I was able to do that, I could put myself in a paradise state when I decide to. This is life. This is the understanding of controlling your thoughts and not allowing them to control you, not allowing the indoctrination to overwhelm you. Learn how to ignore. Do a self-reflection and learn how to change the channel. And then you can experience on earth as it is in heaven, whether it's a state of mind or your belief system. But heaven and hell are always. And you can control that once you take control. You can't control nothing outside yourself. Ancient Nine Mystery School, Saint Germain.